Dr. B here, Lo-Fi Studios, New Orleans. How you doing out there, Lo-Fi? Right in with what you got. YouTube, Instagram, we everywhere. Right in, my people. So, 5 years, 6 live shows, 11 seasons, and 914 episodes ago, Lofi Poli Sci began. Let's get it. And firstly, this episode art that you are seeing up here was the first EP art we ever had, going all the way back to season 1. You know, originally before this, when the first episodes came out, it was a black background with just a small glimpse of the episode title and the date and things like that, and then it was just black. That was our episode art. But then we took this picture in the middle of 2020 and said, yep, this could be our new EP art. And that was the beginning of a very long road of always doing something different for each season for episode art. And it was also around the same time we started doing intro music. You know, at the very beginning, 5 years ago, there wasn't any. It was just straight into the show. And it went something like this, all right? Give me a second. I gotta travel back in time. Welcome, everyone, to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. That's right, Lo-Fi, as in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? And yep, that's how we originally started every show back 5 years ago. Lame, I know. I'm not even gonna give you out the outro because that was a special kind of weird too. Man, it was a weird time, so you know, and we always embrace the weirdness, embrace the nerd. Yes, indeed. And you know, I always say we. Why do I always say we? We did this back 5 years ago. We did this back 4 years ago. You have to have picked up on it by now, right? I mean, just like you had to have already picked up on what lo-fi means, right? Right? Oh, is that a bit too soon, perhaps, for some of you lo-fi peeps out there? Much love, much love. I smile every time I read a different answer for it. What does lo-fi mean? Right in today, my friends, right in. But I always use the word we when talking about Lofi Poli Sci because at every corner I always ask for people's input, people's perspective on the music, on the outros, on the content, on format, on episode art. I mean, all the way through the process of building this lo-fi thing. Everyone has had their hands in it. And even you new lo-fiers out there, you have your hands in it already. Even if you don't know it yet. But you do. But so talking about where we've been, where we at, and where we're going. I'm so tired of that. That's stuff we do each year at this time or at the end of a season. And so I kind of feel like let's leave that for another day. Except to say I have no clue where we are going at this point, people. A lot has changed for us and a lot has changed for me, and we'll just have to wait and see. But instead I want to talk about music for a minute, if you will it. Which I'm just going to assume you're all like, yeah, let's talk about music. Of course. So right now in season 11, and if you didn't know, we are in season 11 right now, but in season 11, we're using a combination of old and new cuts, which if you didn't know, I produce all the intros and outros. I assemble them myself. It's a mixture of lo-fi beats and loops, backgrounds, one-shots, single vocals, and I use a lo-fi free use music site to create my own lo-fi music by assembling all of these different things together in ways that I think we'd like. And I always get like 4 of them at least every beginning of the season, and I see what different people think, and then I choose one. Right now, for our intro music for season 11, I'm using older cuts that go between 3 different musical segments. So you have like static 1, static 2, static 3, music cut 1, music cut 2, music cut 3 to kind of simulate going through an old school radio and looking for some tunes until we settle into this last one, the real intro of the show. Those 3 cuts of music are new to this season, but those static sounds I've used in several seasons in the past, going all the way back to season 3 in 2021, and then most notably in season 6 in fall of 2022. And that season took me a while to catch something that I actually liked, and I'm not going to play it, but I still don't quite like that season 6 intro. There was something about it. I tried to go a bit punk because I love punk music, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. And it's always irked me. And one day I should go back and try and redo it. But now the outro that we're currently using too here in season 11 was a variation of an intro I made. And I'll go ahead and real quick play the intro. And then you'll know how the outro came out of it. So here we go.
I see you, I see.
I bring it down like.
I see you, I see.
I bring it down like.
All right, and that intro and the outro that we still use today, I created those in season 8, which was fall 2023, I want to say. So was that like 2.5 years ago almost? But this was also where I finally decided to get rid of the original outro that we had been using since 2020. Like at the end of season 1, we came up with outro music and intro music, and we had been using that for 8 seasons, right? Like 3.5 years or something like that. And we never changed it. But finally in season 8, when I made this intro and I made a variation of it for the outro, I was like, no, we got to change it. And I love that intro. I wanted to keep it so much. And occasionally I do still use it because I believe this intro, more than any other music that we've created for the show, reflects and represents to me what Lofi Poli Sci really is, what the we that we be really is. You know, I see you. I bring it down like. I mean, hear it again real quick. Hear it again.
I see you, I see.
I bring it down like.
I see you, I see.
I bring it down like.
That intro right there, that's all us. That's all me. That's all you. That's true lo-fi, you know? Lo-fi is the personification and the manifestation of all things that are perfect, but it's the realization that those imperfections is exactly what makes us all so unique and beautiful. I see you, and I bring it down like lo-fi, you all deserve to be told you are beautiful, you are amazing, you're brilliant, and the lo-fi of us all is what makes us beautiful. And after 5 years, 6 live shows, 11 seasons, and 914 episodes, which so much else has changed about us, our message has always remained the same. You are beautiful, and you are loved, and you are never alone out there. Happy 5 years, Lo-Fi. These past 5, I've only kept going for you. Catch us on Instagram and YouTube to write into the show and wish us all a happy 5 years. And don't forget to eat your cereal with a fork and do your homework in the dark. Love you, Lo-Fi. And this, just a snap of what's going on in our world today.
I bring it down like.
Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Pickering, signing off.